Most of you are gonna completely agree with this. Some of you are just gonna think we're all being lazy. In your day, people worked and got a penny per hour, and that's why we're all just being little bitches. When realistically, shit's fucked. I remember when I think around 12, I would go to the shops with £1. I would get a packet of Walker's cheese and onion crisp for 25p, get a Snickers bar for like 40p, and then I'd have enough to buy a 15p Freddo. That was back then when I was 12. I'm 31 now. And times have changed, bro. Literally, there's been times where I've wanted to get a job somewhere and I literally just can't afford it. I can't afford the travel going there. I can't afford the travel coming back. Then I've got to have lunch while I'm there. And then they want me to do overtime for free. Crazy. I had this job. It was an hour away. And it was supposed to be in this really nice area. I've told the story about me leaving this job. But I've never told the story of what it was like to work there. Put it that way. It was an hour away. It was supposed to be in this really high-end area. It took me an hour to get there. It took me an hour to get home. And I was driving at the time. So obviously I had to pay for my car, I had to pay for my petrol, I had to pay for the repairs, the wear and tear, stuff like that. Going to this job sometimes would cost me more than I made at the job, especially because it was commission based. So for example, I got 1,000 as a basic salary, and then on top of that I got commission. Now some of the months the commission was pretty good. The winter months, the pay and the commission was fucking terrible. I was pretty much paying to work at this job. I was paying to work there and then not having enough money to cover my rent, car, travel, food while I'm there. Just like basic necessities. It's like I couldn't afford to work at this job. And for the longest, I was scared to leave that job until I got a video shoot in one day where I'd make my basic salary in one day of the shoot and they wouldn't let me go. That's why I quit that job. I was dedicated to that job more than they were dedicated to having me work there. I have the mindset of I try and make things positive. I try and be positive while I'm there. So I'm trying to be positive through this whole situation. And it's fucked, bro. And not to mention, I'm in this really well-off area. So when I go out to get lunch at work, they don't have normal shops there. Everything's really high-end stuff there. So I couldn't even, if I forgot to bring my lunch, because I normally cook prep meals throughout the week at the time. If I had forgot to bring one of my prep meals to work, I would be completely fucked. That was tough times for me, man. And the worst thing is, I left that job scared, thinking, how am I going to make ends meet? Working from home, doing my own thing, it made more sense than working this fucking job where I have to pay to work there and they don't even care about me. Not to mention, the girl I was dating at the time, always on to me about working all the time. Because I'd go to work, let's say 8, I'd work until 6, drive home, which is an hour, so I'm back at 7. Then I'd record rappers from 7 till 11, 12 sometimes. And then I wouldn't really have much time to see her. That's the main reason me and her ended, because I just didn't have the time to be with her. And because when I got with her, I was very young, didn't have nothing going for myself. Literally, we would sit around smoking weed all day. But reflecting now, I'm working this job. I'm paying to work at this job. My expenses to get to this job, to be at this job, outweigh how much the job's actually paying me. These jobs will try and encourage you to stay there. They'll try and say you're just not working. They'll just blame it all on you, basically. They blame it all on you. You're not a team player. You're not working hard enough. But really, bro, it just doesn't make sense. So you have to put yourself first. This is what I've learned. There will always be another shitty job waiting for you, bro. But you know what you'll never get back? Your actual time. There's always another shitty job. I was going to name this video, Why No One Wants to Work in the UK. But I might change the title to There's Always Going to be a Shitty Job at. Make sure you do what's best for you, not what's best for this fucking company that don't care about you. Because at the end of the day, they will replace you. If you want to learn how I turned 1,000 followers to $6,000 within 36 days, make sure you click this button on the screen and I'll see you there.